money advice is everywhere.
Tax write-offs to handling your mortgage.
All the financial advice you really need.
And everyone wants to give you advice like they are an expert. Like this guy, these people, this person, and even this fool. Pretty good looking guy if you ask me. But nothing has more credibility than books. And so after reading 50 books on money, from Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Millionaire Fast Lane, to The Psychology of Money, and Think and Grow Rich, I can tell you most of it boils down to a few principles that actually work. And the funny thing, almost none of them involve you skimping on things for the rest of your life and saving every single penny.
You're gonna start spending money? Money spending's good.
I'm boiling it all down to 5 core principles that every wealth book agrees on. Master these 5 principles and you're already ahead of 95% of people. Oh, and stick around because later I'm revealing the biggest wealth building mistake most people make that can ruin your chances of getting rich, and even big books like Think and Grow Rich only hint at it. Don't miss this.
Why waste time? Say lot word when few word do trick.
But first, let's talk about why most financial advice misses the mark. Here's the thing, most money advice sounds good on paper, but ends up being like those diet fads. You start off all pumped, and then a month later, you're back to ordering a side of fries with your regular fries. But after reading through books like these, I realized that true wealth building doesn't need to be extreme or complex. So it's important to keep things very simple, effective, and best of all, doable.
How do we do that?
Let's start with the absolute non-negotiable. Number 1, and I know you've heard this before, spend less than you make. Nearly every wealth book, from The Richest Man in Babylon to The Millionaire Next Door, is like a broken record on this. Why? Because this forms the foundation of your personal finance. With capitalism fueling everything, it's very easy for us to trip up on this.
Clothes, fragrances, massages, mimosas, fine leather goods.
Treat yourself.
But here's the twist. Spending less doesn't mean you have to be miserable. The Psychology of Money emphasizes being intentional. Ramit Sethi from I Will Teach You to Be Rich says to spend extravagantly on what you love and cut ruthlessly on what you don't. So if you want to go all out on a killer sushi dinner, you should do it. But just maybe don't buy an $800 jacket you're only going to wear once in your life.
Never buy a fur coat with a credit card until you absolutely have the money to pay for it. You should know that some people think it's cool to throw buckets of fake blood on you as you are walking out of Burlington Coat Factory.
It all comes down to intention and being very clear but also realistic with your expenses. But here's the kicker. Saving alone won't make you rich. Later in the video, I'll reveal exactly what you should be doing with those saved dollars to actually build wealth. And no, it's not just putting it in your savings account, or worse, hiding it under your mattress.
There's gotta be someplace better than this.
Alright, let's talk about what every single wealth book, from The Intelligent Investor to The Simple Path to Wealth, hammers home. Invest effing early and mother effing consistently. This is where the magic happens. It's called compounding, and it's basically your money making baby money that makes even more baby money.
Oh. You bring in your money, it meets other money, mates, and makes more money.
Of course, how can you talk about the fundamentals without compound interest? You plant a tiny seed today and in 20 years it's a tree. Compounding is that freaking tree growing, slow at first and eventually becoming an orchard. And you're the proud owner of Fruitopia. What? Fruitopia? And so here's the thing that all these books agree on. Automate your investments. And so the savings I spoke about earlier, ensure that a portion of that is invested. Set up automatic contributions to low-cost index funds or retirement accounts. If you're confident about investing in individual stocks like I am, then ensure that your money is being transferred into your investing account and buy the right stocks automatically based on set triggers. This is what I call wealth building on autopilot. You're building wealth without even lifting a finger.
Dream come true.
So don't wait for the perfect time to start. I mean, there's really no perfect time to start, and start with a small amount if you have to. The important thing is really getting started. As The Richest Man in Babylon says, start thy purse to fattening, because the sooner you start, the easier it gets. Alright, let's talk about something that every wealth book warns against. Bad debt. Because you know how the saying goes, bad debt leads to bad death. I don't think anyone ever said that. You know why? Because they're dead. Anyway, debt can be like a parasite, including good debt. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk about good debt in a bit. But books like The Millionaire Fast Lane emphasize that bad debt is one of the biggest barriers to financial freedom. Credit cards, payday loans, car loans, loans on things you can't afford, they're all dragging you backward. If you do have any of these bad debts, then the real challenge is figuring out how to get out of it without constantly feeling bad about it. Because let's face it, no one gives you a worse time than yourself.
Oh,
Oh, my life!
Don't do anything rash.
Dwight, you ignorant slut!
So what I want you to do is figure out how you can get yourself out of bad debt in the most practical way possible without the negative self-deprecating talk. Get real practical, break it down into bi-weekly payments and slowly chip away at it. Or alternatively, if you're considering taking on a debt, then think long and hard about this.
That's what she said. Don't you dare.
If there's one thing you have to focus on out of all the principles in this video, it's this particular one. But here's the twist, not all debt is bad, which would mean that there's something called good debt, right? What is that exactly? Well, think of it like borrowing money to use it to make you more money. This could be an education loan if you think you stand to gain more once you graduate. This could also be buying a rental property so that rent pays for the loan as well as makes you more money in the process. Now that's some good debt. As books like Rich Dad Poor Dad explains, using debt strategically to acquire income generating assets can actually speed up your wealth building journey. Just don't let it spiral out of control or you'll end up like Ross with too many ex-wives.
We were on a break! Oh my God!
This one is a non-money one. Wealth building isn't just about money. It's about staying adaptable and constantly learning. Nearly every wealth book, whether it's the 4-Hour Workweek or the Millionaire Fast Lane, emphasizes the importance of lifelong learning. This is one of the biggest takeaways for me that I coupled with my curiosity. I'm generally a very curious guy who asks way too many questions. Yeah, I'm one of those irritating people.
They have me on a lot of painkillers.
Oh, really? What kind? Codeine? Vicodin? Paladone?
I have no idea.
But when I want to learn something, I put my heart and soul into it. These YouTube videos are actually an outcome of that. I mean, I don't have a background in media or any training whatsoever. It's just something I learned hands-on. So it's important for you to inherently want to keep learning things and adapting to your situation. One way to do this is by building a mastermind group. Surround yourself with people who push you to grow and keep you accountable. This could also take the form of, say, a YouTuber, because I used to rely heavily on YouTubers and podcasters when I needed the inspiration and the motivation to keep going. And to be honest, I think I know just the right person who can help you with that. Subscribe. Anyway, when you have people around you who are focused on wealth building, you're way more likely to stay on track. This mindset is what allows people to adapt to new trends, survive economic downturns, and keep growing their wealth. Remember that the world changes fast. And today it's changing faster than ever. The more you learn, the better you'll be at making money, keeping money, and then growing that money. And so learn like your life depends on it, because it actually does.
I know Kung Fu.
Okay, in my opinion, this last principle is easily the most important one out of the lot. I've said this time and again on many of my videos, but if you have all of the above sorted, then you have to look at ways to earn more. Budgeting and saving can only get you so far. To truly accelerate wealth, income growth is essential.
I've been trying to figure out how to make more money selling weed.
This is where books like The Millionaire Fast Lane focus, finding ways to create an income source that starts making you a shit ton of money or having multiple income streams. Maybe it's a side hustle, maybe it's leveling up your career, or maybe it's just creating a business. The point is, earning more opens up a world of opportunities. And here's where many people go wrong. They stop at just one income source. This is what the 4-Hour Workweek calls a new rich mindset, which is basically finding ways to earn flexibly and leveraging high return activities. The richest people aren't just cutting lattes, they're earning from multiple sources and maximizing their time. If you're overly reliant on your day job, then you actually do not have enough control or autonomy of your own life, because you and anyone in your situation is dispensable and replaceable. I know I sound like a downer, but it's just a fact, especially with this whole layoff culture that we have today.
What about us, Michael? Do we still have jobs?
I don't know, probably not.
You might have heard of hedging in investing, which basically means that you're safeguarding your investments with a safer alternative. I would say it's even more important to hedge your one source of income with another. Yeah, so these are the 5 core principles I've learned from reading more than 50 books on money. Spend less than you make, but saving alone won't make you rich. Invest early, but ensure you automate your investments. Avoid bad debt, but leverage good debt if required. Keep learning while also staying adaptable. Focus on earning more so that it opens up more opportunities in your life. I mean, these principles aren't flashy and they won't make you rich overnight, but they're timeless, practical, and they actually work. And something I've learned the hard way is that cliches are so freaking true in most cases. And wealth isn't about luck or secret hacks, but yeah, luck plays a small part in this for sure, but let's not make it that complex. It's about consistently following these principles and staying patient. And here's a bonus principle every single book agrees on. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Like the psychology of money puts it, getting wealthy is one thing, staying wealthy is another.
It's not the same, Dunphy.
So don't focus on quick wins, focus on building habits and systems that compound over time. Let me know down in the comment section whether any of this made any sense to you or if you've been following any of these principles yourself. I'm sure others can learn from your experience or insights. If you'd like to know more about investing and how you can outperform 99% of investors in the world, then check out this video right here. But on the flip side, if you want to get filthy rich, then investing won't get you there. Check out this video to learn how you can become filthy rich yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Or these, whichever.
They say I wouldn't do it like I won't. They say I couldn't do it and they feel. They say I wouldn't do it and I fall.